Over the last couple of months, we've had a lot of generous donations to MarkFix's stuff. We've had a plethora of systems. I've bought some new tools. And lots of other stuff besides, so let's take a look right now.
MarkFix's stuff.
So, what's up first in this treasure trove of delights? There's a clue. And it's the right way up, and indeed it's a BBC microcomputer from the 1980s. Viewers of a certain age will remember these if you're in a British classroom. The punch-out part is missing there, but it's in good used condition. There's a slight crack in front of the spacebar, but nothing critical. Considering the age of the machine, it survived really well. I'm pretty pleased with it. Now I've noticed something rattling around inside, and a big clue here is that there's something plugged into the user port. Yep. Think I know what's inside, so let's open this up and have a look. The BBC Micro is really easy to use and really easy to open, just 4 screws. And this comes from a time when computers were meant to be opened and you could upgrade them yourself, add ROMs, add programs, etc. Just 4 screws and you're into the inner workings of the machine. Just pop the lid off and immediately we can see what's going on here. Somebody's put a homebrew SD card reader inside, and that would explain the insulated packet that fell out the back when I was unpacking it. However, we're going to remove this because Mark Hazeman of RetroClinic.com has kindly sent me a micro SPI that I can review on the channel. I'm quite interested in this, and good, it's got instructions, and that looks like a much tidier fit with a micro SD card. Thanks, Mark. Look out for the future video. Popping the lid back on, I think we'll put this to one side so that we can have a look at what else we've got in our treasure trove. Bye bye BBC. Next up is a Phillips CDI220, which American viewers might know as a Magnavox. It looks like this one's going out on the town because it's got some nail varnish on. The CDI was a 4th generation gaming machine which didn't last very well because despite its name, it simply wasn't very interactive. This machine was donated to MarkFix's stuff by the amazing Adam Ainsworth. Thanks Adam, I'm really grateful. There are some quirks on this particular 450 model. It was a cut price version, so it only had composite video out, and also the DC in seems to be based around an Ethernet connector. What could possibly go wrong? Apparently when you put a disc in, it doesn't do anything. And even on first inspection, that spindle looks set far too far down and it's rubbing. I wonder if that's the whole issue with the machine. But that's something for another episode. The controller is a tethered affair and a bit strange from a design perspective, but it'll be interesting to try anyway. This is the RV8701 CDI controller with a pretty pin-heavy plug. Adam was also kind enough to supply the power supply, which is a good thing when you look at that connector. It certainly doesn't look like something that you can cobble together in an afternoon. The 450 is going to be the subject of a future retro resurrection, so let's pop it to one side and see what's next. An Amiga A600. Oh, you don't have to be an expert to see it's very dirty and it's got a few keys missing. Lifting the top shell shows us that the keyboard wasn't actually plugged in anyway, and we can see some problems with that, like it's been sat on by an elephant. We can see a crack in the top case. Looking down at this section of the motherboard, I think that those capacitors have typically leaked. And over here, well, where's the drive? But at least it's growing a manly beard. More cracks in the case. What has happened to this machine? Anyway, off to the side with you. And another outing from Phillips here, this time the CDI220, a front loader that would be more at home in your hi-fi setup than on your gaming table. This one has been in the wars, and when you look at it you can see that I think it's been kicked down the stairs. The front drawer doesn't shut anymore. There's a nice big dent in the side where it's deformed. And if we turn the unit around, you can see very clearly from the back that the case has been crushed in the past. Apparently this machine doesn't load discs, but then again it doesn't actually allow the drive to shut. The FMV cartridge is missing, but other than that it's all fairly standard connectors. Controller connector, composite, S-video and Euro standard SCART. Well, away with you, and let's move on to the next thing in the pile, a Sinclair ZX Spectrum Plus 128K, lovingly known as the Toast Rack. It's in overall excellent condition. It could do with a wipe, and there are one or two tiny minor little cosmetic problems. For example, if you look at the rainbow badge, the red enamel has slightly flaked off, but I don't think this is a big issue, and I think you can get aftermarket replacements. I'm told it doesn't work and has some memory and keyboard issues. Nothing that an afternoon with a soldering iron and some tender loving care can't fix. So thanks Adam, it's really much appreciated. Next is something really interesting. I bought this off of eBay and it's a Terrible Fire TF328 by SJ Leary. Because I bought this off of eBay I joined the Exos forum, and a very kind member by the name of Super Duper gifted me all the parts that I could use to make this into the ultimate CD32 add-on. And I mean he gave me all the parts, everything I need, literally. Looking in the bag, the parts are even labelled up. Thanks Mark. In order to make this I'm going to have to program it, so I've bought this programmer. It's not official and it's a bit bent from transit, but I'm sure it will work. I've also bought this newly designed easy operation widely used powerful thing. Now let's see what's in the box, see if you can guess. That's right, it's an electronic hot plate. Now it's not for warming my pasties, it's so that I can put this flat board on and heat it to around 160 degrees, and then the hot air does not have quite as much work to do, putting less thermal stress on the board and the components. Quite excited to use this. Also, so I can show you the process, I've splashed out on an Andon Star digital microscope. I'm not going to open it now, but just to let you know that it can record 1080p footage, so I'll be able to put that into the video when I make the TF328. I think this will be good because you'll be able to see a lot more clearly what I'm doing. And the pads on this are quite small, and let's be honest, none of us are getting any younger. What do we have here? Guesses? Well, I can tell you that it is a Mega Drive 32X by Sega. Interestingly, this one doesn't work, and the usual fix on these is to reseat the ribbon cables, but I'm told the seller, a very generous man on eBay, said that he's tried that and it didn't work. He had it up for a buy it now or make an offer. I sent him a message saying I'd like to try and fix it on a video, and he drastically reduced the price for me. So thank you so much for that, and I do hope you'll watch the video. I'll send you a message when it's up. That could do a clean. And I've already ordered the cable that will go from there to my Mega Drive. Well, there we have it. Well, that's about it. I hope you've enjoyed this look through my mailbag. If you have, then please subscribe to get your fix. And do remember to hit the like button down the bottom and hit the bell if you want to hear about my new videos as I go through this lot. Don't forget, do it, yes. And also, if you'd like, please look at some of these videos. Here, I'll put them on the screen for you. Bye!